Greetings and welcome back, dear students. I do hope that you all are fit and fine in this crucial time. In order to focus on the studies, we are learning through the online platforms, and for the same, in 10th standard geography, the previous session we had discussed about the chapter 7, that is water resources, and some of the factors regarding water resources we have studied in detail. I do also hope that the topics that we had covered in the previous videos had given an hint regarding the types of water resources and the various concerned things regarding water. In this topic, we will be discussing about one of the crucial and important topic, that is need for conservation of water. I would like to remind you, if you had watched all the previous videos, you may not face any difficulties regarding the chapter. So it is expected from your point to please do watch the previous videos for the better understanding. If you have any kind of doubts regarding the chapter, you can use the comment section. There you can ask the doubts, or we can use social media platforms or the app provided by our school. Within the time span, your all doubts will be clarified. So let's begin here. The need for conservation of water. Now let's focus on the topic need for conservation of water. Why we have to conserve the water? It is noticed that approximately 71% of the earth is covered with the water. Then too, there is an acute shortage of water all over the world. So what are the reasons behind it? We have already discussed thoroughly into the chapter. And from the Indian point of view, we have to learn why we have to conserve more and more water, and then some methods regarding how we can conserve the water. The first point, why there is a need to save the water. From the Indian point of view, we receive approximately 4% of global precipitation. It means we get 4% of rainfall of the total world calculation. Still, you might have seen and observed that people do suffer a lot in drought season because there is a water scarcity. Then why we face such kind of a water scarcity? The reasons are discussed here. We have learned that in the beginning of the chapter, the water is available in India in the various forms, and that too all around the year, means time to time. But these water resources are dependent mostly on the seasons and annual precipitation, that is the rainfall. But though they are dependent on such kind of factors, Still, we face water scarcity. India is not dependent on only one factor for water storing. We do have varieties of resources, and these varieties of resources are filled time to time and according to season also. Then too we face water scarcity. It's because of what? Overexploitation, excessive use, and uneven distribution of water. When we try to use the water, there is a lots of exploitation, especially the bore wells, the tanks, which exploit the underground water at a great extent. Excessive use. Plenty of water is simply drained into the drainage without being used. And the distribution of water is also not same all over the country. But some other factors are also responsible to have the scarcity of water in the India. The main important factor is population of water, pollution of water by the domestic and industrial usage. Domestically, people pollute the water at a great extent, especially washing the animals, bathing into the water of river, throwing the dirty garbage into the water. Industrial usages, most of the industries flow out their effluents directly to the streams and the rivers. So rivers are polluted at great extent. Lots of chemicals which comes out from the industries are easily drained into the rivers. The pesticides which is widely used into the farm, after giving the water in the form of irrigation to the farm, the excess water runs through the farm and meets to the streams and rivers. Same with the fertilizers. And this excess use of materials is hazardous or dangerous for the plant and animal use. And because of that, most of the water becomes unfit for usages. These are some common effects of pollution of water and the water scarcity. Some other factors, speaking about the large growing population. In the year 2021, approximately the population of India may have covered 136 crore, and this population is increasing at rapidly. And as the population is increasing in a great quantity, there is a need to provide the water, especially for drinking and domestic use, for this growing population. But on the other hand, the more water is utilized or made available for making the food for this growing population, so more water is being used for the farmings. And as the population is growing widely, every aspect in country has a lots of pressure. Same with the industrialization. As we need to increase the span of industries, there is a lots of pressure on water resources, because some industries need plenty of water and we need to provide at a great extent. On the other hand, there is a rapid growth of urbanization where the people try to use more underground water, especially from tube wells, from the localities, and because of that there is a lots of exploitation of underground water, and the rate of extracting the water through the tube wells in urban areas increase, especially during summer season. And because of that there is a great risk of deletion of water level in the underground. So generally, if you look at to these all points, we can understand that there is a lots of water which is not used in a proper way, drains into the drainage. On the other hand, due to the population growth, industrialization, and the agricultural usages, due to the increased population, there is a vast use of water, and in order to provide this there is a lots of pressure on water resources. But the important fact is the water is polluted greatly, so there is a great need to conserve the water. These are some of the factors which will definitely let you understand that as the water is essential part of life, we need to conserve it. Some more factors regarding the need of water of conservation we shall discuss in upcoming videos. So hope that you will have a little bit idea about that why the country like India has to focus on need for the conservation of water. Thanks for listening. Next time, some other factors for conservation of water and the methods of conservation. See you soon. Thank you very much.